Okay, well, where do I begin? For anyone looking to explore the Hamley Woods, I urge you to please keep watching this video. I realize that the allure of the mystery is enthralling and intoxicating, but I'm lucky to have come out alive, and hopefully with this video we can finally come forward and find out where
if he is trying to investigate these murders, and he's probably going up to try and see what the woods are like for himself.
Where did you hear about this legend from?
Jason mainly. He seems to have a morbid interest in these kinds of disappearances and murders and whatnot.
Just rumours around the town, and a local author published a book.
He talks about this kind of stuff all the time.
In college, he'll occasionally mention that he's been looking up certain unsolved murder records, but not why. I just assume he's got an interest in it because a lot of people seem to these days.
He's got like mountains upon mountains of knowledge of murders and, you know, mysteries and urban legends and whatnot.
I think he's planning on like helping out the local area.
Probably just to sort of get his name out there as an investigator.
Hey Jason, you left the door open.
Oh, hey.
Hey, it's Fred.
Hello, how are you?
I'm pretty good. You're yourself?
Yeah, I'm well. Yeah, just you know who I am, right? You know what I'm about. I like to make documentary films with my friend Michael.
Yeah, how's Michael? Is he going to be joining us for our expedition in the woods?
Yeah, he should be.
It's more to document what's going on, I think, in the woods and whatnot. I mean, if we could find some actual evidence of what's taking place, that would be great.
I think he just wants to, solve it and be like a little detective, I guess.
Well, I've always kind of been into mysteries. Ever since I was a young boy, I can remember, being really into like Sherlock Holmes. I really like kind of watching people like pick things apart and, making amazing assumptions of like really small details and, being able to then figure out what the answer to the problem is and who's behind it and everything like that. That's just always appealed to me. That's always impressed me.
Yeah.
I've actually I've always kind of like been inspired by mysteries and things like that. From time to time I kind of like write my own kind of stuff about it, and I quite like to express myself in that way.
He seems to like going on these kinds of wild adventures and things. He's never really been scared of anything that I know of.
Jason's braver than most people around here.
So basically, I heard this story, like urban legends in general, they're right up my street. I took some real inspiration from this local, this...
Clive Allen.
Yeah, that's right.
Nobody knows who he is.
Correct. One of that kind of urban legend, like really inspired me. What I want to do is I want to go to where this urban legend started, this local town, because there's this forest there, you see, where the killer is supposed to reside, right?
Yeah, people have been going missing there, and Clive Allen thinks that there's a killer there. And
yeah, well that's the theory. And I just kind of like think the general area will be like an inspiration, it'll... if there's nothing there, who cares? It's just really great inspiration to write about, and just kind of like walk around the woods, with the camera, make it all kind of atmospheric and kind of like get people like drawn in, get them kind of like hooked on the story, and maybe they'll be inspired themselves to go there.
At first, my first reaction mainly concerned about it. I think it's best to get it solved. But to be honest, it's something for the police to handle.
Yeah, well, quite honestly, I don't know whether or not any of it's real myself, and for all we know, it is just talk and urban legend, because I would have thought that it had made international news by now if they knew anything whatsoever. Or, in theory, maybe the killer is so good at what he does that we just don't know. Maybe I'll find something, maybe I won't, but at the end of the day, it's good either way.
I was confused about because he was basing it off of, fiction.
Jason seems to be becoming very, very enthralled in it to a point of, it's kind of taken over his life a little bit.
It's like going to investigate, Hogwarts or something. It's ridiculous. Best case for him, he'd probably find some kind of evidence to his theories and stuff. Best case in general is he'd probably find nothing. He'd go up there and he'd just end up disappointed, and hopefully that'll put him back on the path to how he usually is, which is going after things based on fact.
People fear monsters, people fear something that they can't see, or something that they don't know what something looks like, and they seem to be afraid of it, because when you don't know what something looks like, how can you see it coming? And people always assume that monsters hide in dark places, in the unseen, in the scary parts of the woods and things. In reality, monsters are all around us. People are monsters, people can be monsters, I just think that there could be a monster inside my house, there could be a monster standing right next to you.
He definitely wants to be the one to solve it. So if there is something going on, or even if he has information that doesn't mean anything, I think he's more likely to keep it to himself than hand it over to the police.
If we did find something, we'll get out of there.
Because he's the one that wants to crack the case, even if there isn't one.
He seems like he does have more of a knowledge about this one than what he usually would.
He is probably hiding something more.
I remember that morning walking up to Jason so clearly. He told me Michael was just around the corner, he'd meet us a little later on in the woods.
Okay, Jason, well, this is our first kind of log of why we're here, but there's nothing here, Jason. And didn't you say Michael was coming?
Oh, he couldn't. His grandmother had a health problem and they had to take her into the hospital. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why.
I don't think there's any danger of going into the woods. People are just the woods have got a mythology now. It's this terrifying thing. I think the woods are fine, especially if he goes up there at daytime.
Can't believe that with so many people going missing in the recent months here. Not sure Jason's gonna have enough footage of anything around here. This is stupid. Why did I bother to come here? We're not gonna find anything in the daylight. I'm not gonna be around here in the daytime.
Brad, I found something! Come look at that!
He just knows things that aren't in the books. He knows things about it that haven't been documented and whatnot, and it feels a little weird.
I think it should be mainly left down to people like the police, people who are actually trained in solving murders and stuff like that, not to a kid who likes to go on the internet and find murders and stuff.
I can't imagine looking at that kind of stuff is healthy.
And that's when it happened.
Hey, come here, come see. Come on.
Okay. Gosh. Did you find something?
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's alright. Sit down. Well, you see this here? This
Yeah.
fire? Yeah, I think there must have been people around here recently. Do you think they came up to observe and look for the legend? Do you think they were a group of the people that mysteriously disappeared?
Well, there's a chance. I mean, if so, then I'm glad you found this because it's good to document.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Is there anything else around here you found? Because that doesn't look like much to go on, Jason.
Oh, sorry. Well, yeah. I guess that's it visual-wise, but there is something else.
What?
I'm Clive Allen.
This ain't no time for jokes. We need to find more clues on this.
No, really, I am Clive Allen.
Shitting me.
No, not at all. Look. Don't prove it.
Whoa. Dude. What? First, like, dude, calm down. Like, I know this whole project has got you on edge. I realize that.
Isn't it obvious? I've given you clues the whole time. Can you tell? I'm luring people here with the books. Luring people in. It's like a trap. I lure them in. I bring them here. Like this group of people, this very group right where we stood, I killed them where they were. Right here. Right where they were sat. I killed them all. I stabbed them all to fucking death, man.
I still think about that day often. The moment I ran out of the woods, I never saw him again. To this day, I don't know where Jason Hodder is. In many ways, he kind of became part of the legend he was looking for. He became part of the mystery of the woods that has engulfed so many people's imaginations. That would be the end, except Clive Allen is still publishing. Jason is missing and these books are still being published. Do not enter the woods.